was taking so much time in there, so that's where everyone else is.
All good.
Is everyone besides Andre and Andrew good to go?
Everyone's ready, yeah.
As you we talked a lot about it at practice the other day, but just as you operate through these final 2 games, to a certain extent you can control kind of your own destiny in the standings. Just how important is that to take care of business these coming days?
Yeah, I mean, it's the only thing that we can control. Obviously, there's other games that could factor in, but it doesn't matter to us as long as we win. So that's a great position to be in, and we got to go do something about it.
Do you feel that you've started to, I won't say figure things out, but hit a comfortable rhythm or a place that you're comfortable with heading into this next stage of the season?
Yeah, I think we've been better overall. I think we've won 6 of 8. Our defense has been pretty solid for the most part, other than that first half of the OKC game. But I think we're in a pretty good spot, and it's great to have Wiggs back, and he's working out every day, and we're hoping to have him back before long. So things are definitely looking up.
We talked about, I can't remember if it was before or after that Denver game. I think it was after Denver, and you guys were saying how one of the problems was you lost focus, and Dante said maybe one of the reasons is Jokic wasn't playing all these things. With the Kings team tonight, Domas isn't playing, De'Aaron's not playing, Herter's not playing. How do you avoid assuming that it might be easier just because those guys aren't out there?
Yeah, I mean, I think that is an issue in the regular season. You have games periodically where you run into a team that's missing a bunch of guys, and it's really easy to let your guard down. There's zero excuse for letting our guard down tonight. It's pretty simple. We have to win if we want to get in the playoffs. We got to win tonight. We got to go up to Portland, win then, and we're in the playoffs. So if we're out there, letting our guard down, there's something wrong.
Steve,
Coach, if you you haven't seen the Kings since probably I think November, but just wanted to get your thoughts, your commentary on the work that Mike Brown has done, and I know you just mentioned a lot of things are undecided as far as the playoffs, and you guys have still got a lot of work to do. What would it look like to you, playing a team maybe in the first round, Sacramento Kings?
Well, first part of your question, Mike has done a brilliant job. He's hands down Coach of the Year this year. To take the team from the beginning of the season where they were to where they are now, to just the energy and the excitement around the team, the buzz in the city, but the way that they've played, the style with which they've played, Mike's just crushed it. He's put them in a great position to succeed, and they've had a great year. So we're all really thrilled for Mike and for Leandro and Harrison Barnes. We got a lot of connections in that locker room over there. So we're happy for them, but we got to go beat them tonight. And who knows what's going to happen in the playoffs? There's still a lot that could be determined. We could play them, but might play somebody else. So right now, we just want to get in. We're not worried about anything beyond that.
His connections with the players, was it anything like that, in Golden State the other day, the last game that they played here, he pretty much came out and said they were playing soft, and they responded, and they come back and beat New Orleans. Was he that type of coach, under, just sitting in the associate coach's position with you?
Yeah, Mike was he was great with us. Built a lot of really strong relationships over the years, and was able to really coach guys hard, and guys knew how much Mike cared about them and how much work he put in to helping them win. So he was an integral part of our success over the years. So he's a hell of a coach. He was Coach of the Year before he ever got to Golden State. He's had a lot of success in this league, and he's seen everything. So there's a reason he's doing so well. He's the real deal.
Steve, at times Mike has mentioned that Domas shows similarities of Draymond, of his ability to kind of run the offense as being big. What have you seen from Domas in his playmaking ability for this King squad?
I see Andrew Bogut. You know, we had Bogues here first few years that I was coaching, and we ran a very similar offense. You know, running a lot of dribble handoffs, delay action, you know, Princeton action, whatever you want to call it, where you know, Bogut would just ice people up with his passing, and also you know score at the rim. I think Sabonis is a very similar player, a brilliant passer, probably more of a scorer than Bogut was, but they use him in a similar way that we used Bogut, and it's hard to guard that stuff when you have a 7-foot guy who's that clever as a passer and great footwork and the ability to see the floor. It causes a lot of problems.
Steve, before you guys won the championship, you guys were obviously, your first championship in 2015, you guys were obviously playing with a lot of pace. There's this idea that the playoffs slow down and it might be tough for teams that play with pace. What was the biggest thing you guys had to adjust to from a pace perspective, and what allowed you, maybe aside from even just having great players, that to adjust to the playoff pace and excel in the postseason?
Well, I think the reason it feels like the pace slows down, whether it does or not, I don't know that it's intentional. It's just that both teams are so prepared for what the other is going to do, and generally you're going to be sharper in the playoffs than you are in the regular season. So you're more likely to take better care of the ball. You're more likely to recognize what's coming, what the other team's about to run. And so it just gets harder for each team to score, and that does seem to make the game a little bit more methodical. But the way the game has evolved, I don't know. Last year it felt like the pace was pretty high during the playoffs. I don't know if the theory that the pace slows down. I'm not sure if it's as true now as it was a decade ago. But I haven't looked at the stats either to prove that. All right, thank you.
Thank you, appreciate that.